Good afternoon. I am Adventure Argonaut, and this is Rogue Trader. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Am I Romanian or something? Um, yeah. So yesterday I couldn't skip Sunday again. I'm just too addicted to this game. I need my daily dose, so I streamed a bit, and now we are on some random planet, and we found some ruins there and stuff. So let's see what we can find. As long as have to verify that the streams are working. And I have some coffee and cookies as well. I try to eat it quietly. But yeah, I think my streams are functioning so we can play. Unidentified ruins. And yeah, it seems my internet connection is bad today for some reason. So yeah, now it's somewhat disconnected again. Yeah, my internet is bad today. It was already before the stream. I noticed some issues. So not sure what's going on there, but at least on YouTube when I upload it later it should be fine.
Duty prevails.
Activate pedestal lore or
Stop. There.
Someone has carved a strange pattern on the floor as you look at the lines. Fog descends over your mind. Okay.
This is out of the ordinary.
This human skeleton is curled up in an unnatural position. It is inside a void suit with a hole burned right through it. Good. Damn. Text. Gonna chew my cookie first. A furious male voice is coming from the old fox. This is Captain Trevor Dorath, calling the bullion. Get your arses back to the surface. Get me out of here, you shits. My guts may be fused to my suit, but I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead. I feel fine. No matter how much you wish it were otherwise. A moment later, the raging tone gives way to a strangled rasping. Hey! Can any of you hear me? Respond. I'll pay double. Just don't leave me here. Damn it. It was going so well. We even figured out how to open the first sphere thanks to the pattern on the floor. Yeah. Who knew there'd be so much trouble with the second one? I didn't. They didn't either. Cowards. Um, the moment that beam was directed back, I was already lying with my guts turned inside out, and they were running off with my goods. Oh, Emperor, you whoreson, why'd you leave me like that? I'm scared. Oh, yes, yes. No, I don't want to die. Not alone. Aren't you supposed to watch over all your children? Quiet. You lot, shut it already. I can even hear myself. The recording is silent for a few moments. All you can hear is the sound of someone pounding on the shell of a void suit with the recording device. I'm cold. I wonder if I'll die from lack of oxygen, or what will my organs give out earlier. The damned god, damned Imperium. In the end, you will observe the true masters. The human speech gradually deteriorates into an indecipherable mixture of howling and clicking sounds. How evil. And I see issues with the internet again. While the internet fixes itself, I go get some more coffee. I'm back. I'm back. The internet still doesn't seem that good. God damn it. Uncover the pattern, okay? Single look at this strange pattern is enough to send your mind reel. Pentagram, Naka, like kanji, Japanese. Okay, at least now the internet is back for a moment. Before we play with that, let's go get over here. Is there anything cool here? Or is this just the alternative route to that chamber, so we didn't have to use explosives?
See what I found.
Oh. The remains of an unknown structure are haphazardly strewn about the plateau. Yeah, okay, we didn't have to use the explosive, but whatever. He used it now. Okay, let's check this.
Proven myself yet again.
Oh? The beacon sec belongs to the ancient Xenos called Craves, monstrosities who enhance their mental control over entire planets with the use of such devices. And the internet is down again. Continuing to play around with this Xeno heresy without thinking is unwise, Captain. So... okay. Can we do something with these? Okay. So... which one of these are we supposed to make? These patterns? Oh, there's warp apparition, but I don't think we can talk to it or anything. Goddamn internet. Fucking bad today. Why? Let's try to do this. seems the pattern no longer works. I guess it's the other one then. The pentagram thingy.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Just wondering, like, which one is the starting point? Like, is this and let's just see the different positions.
I shall endure everything with
Ow.
unshakable faith.
Alright. Let's reload the whole thing. Try to take as little damage as we can. Is there a way to prevent taking damage? So let's see. We don't really have to go through there then, right?
Pay
And
attention.
spent the explosives. Found this thing. We didn't find it last time. Ah, cracked Xeno chest. Small chest is made from strange material, has no keyhole or any other openings. The murky crystal on the lid is cracked but continues to glow inscrutably. So is that... do we need it for that thing or something else?
Does something trouble you, Lord Captain?
Oops.
Unexpected result.
Grant me the wisdom to perceive. The Emperor gave me a vision. Stay faithful, and you will be rewarded.
Okay, let's get all this stuff. This is this.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Okay, let's do another save and then try to figure this thing out.
Please, Lord Captain.
Hardships.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should have tried, like, what if the others stand much further away? Will it like you know, prevent them from getting damaged? Because is this like the tip here, or is it like in the middle? Because the positioning is a bit different. Can we do something with the Xeno chest thingy we found? What's this? Ah, it's just this.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Maybe I should assume that it's here, so then we should move this a little bit like here. Then this should be going here. And then this goes here. Not there. Yes. Look, the jaws. Alright, we did it. Oh, this is a sword. Ancient Force Sword. One-handed weapon. Okay. What is this? The chest we got from here. Where is it? Notable. We don't have it? What? Did we use it somewhere? Like to activate thingy or something? Lost item, cracked signals. Okay. So I guess we had to somehow use it to get this sword. That's probably it. Okay, let's see. Android chainsword. Yes, this ancient chainsword seems better. It's for Psyker, so I guess I should give it to Heinrichs then. Whenever the wielder suffers energy, fire, power, or warp damage, the sword absorbs a part of that damage, reducing it by psi rating percentage. And wielder gains psi rating percentage armor penetration for the next attack stacks. Yeah, so it's definitely for Psykers. Let's just compare it to the axe. Yeah. But the damage is actually the same.
The Divine watches over us.
Can we talk to this guy? Of course, my name is Biona, I'm not food. My name is Biona, I'm not food. My name is Biona, I am food for the true masters of space. He-Man and the masters of the universe.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Yes. So this planet is basically just to get that sword. It seems okay. Like an okay weapon.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Oh goddamn. Okay. I just noticed that Rumble was reconnecting, but now we are back on Rumble. Yeah, my internet seems to be going crazy today. Just retarded. Maybe it's the weather here in Hong Kong, because it's right now it's clear, but earlier it was raining a bit and supposedly windy or something. Maybe the warp is warped up. I guess as storm brewing in the warp, which affects the stuff. Adamantite. Well, we only have one extractium, so I guess I'm not gonna waste it. Wonders of nature. This Lone Mountain. Oh no, it's Lone Mountain. Smoke. Lone Mountain chain is composed entirely of mineral with a shiny mirror-like surface. The mineral itself has no particular value for production, but its properties make this place incredibly beautiful. The sky is brilliantly reflected in the many surfaces of the plateaus, oddly shaped rocks, stone arches, and columns. The view is especially stunning on clear starry nights, or when aurora trails dance in the sky. The uninterrupted crew have asked the Lord Captain's permission to visit this remarkable place. Grand Shore Leave. I wonder if we're gonna see the White Rabbit. That's a Star Trek reference. Shore leave passes without incident, and the ship's officers talked about it for weeks afterwards. The place made a particular impression on Lady Haydari, and she could be heard saying over and over, "This would make a fine spot for a palace. Pity you can't bring highborns here on tours." Haydar is J, right? She's Haydari. Yeah, not gonna do that. Let's go fight these ships. As you draw close to the unknown ships, it points its loaded cannons directly at you. Several other ships emerge from the shadows of drifting asteroids tightly encircling you. Captain Zandale Labouche offers a mocking greeting and a proposition you can't buy your way out of this, but the price must be to her soul's satisfaction. You can buy your way out. Okay, the outrageous suggestion sends your crew into a fury. You're in a no-win scenario. You can enter an uneven fight and lose everything, or shamefully pay to save your skin, sacrificing on your pride. I don't know, let's see. Lie, persuasion lie, you have nothing to pay with. Succeeded. Captain Labouche makes her displeasure quite apparent, but admits that killing a penniless rogue trader is into her style. Enemy ships retreat swiftly into the warp, leaving you alone. No, I don't want to do that. I want to fight them. I want to fight them. Like, if it's too tough, then we can persuade them not to kill us. I doubt it's gonna be that tough. Let's do this planet first. Give them shore leave, and then we go fight the pirates. Okay. Attack nameless ship first to gain the upper hand. I have faith in my combat skills. And the guiding hand of the Emperor, of course. Who protects? I mean, Emperor who protects. It's not a question, it's a statement. So there's 4 enemy ships. Okay, there's Falchion class frigate.
Deliver their demise.
Not super effective. I can't do that yet. Can we just... No, we can't. Okay. Maybe this way.
Lock on and launch. I want to hear the Patra cannons roar.
On. Port side. Port wine. Now we can still move a little bit.
Full speed ahead.
If we use this, okay, we can get a bit closer. Sure. Can we? No. Oh. Nope. Of course, we could also do this. Turn around. I guess we can do it like this. Can't really hit anything with this. A warp wave. Let's do some damage to this guy. This. Yes. Oh yeah, it's good I turned it because now we can hit it with the plasma torpedoes. Otherwise, it wouldn't have hit. Possibly. Pew pow pow. Ooh. Sending torpedoes. Torpedoes. Yeah. Let's go like up close and personal.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries.
Can't we use this yet? Like, is it like it has to load up or something?
Rain destruction upon our enemies. Let the macro cannon sing.
Their shields down. Crush them.
Oh, you're trying to run away, huh? How sad for you. We can even shoot that guy. Let's shoot this guy.
Unleash a barrage of destruction.
Oh, damn! That blew up easily. I wasn't expecting that to happen.
I want to hear the macro cannons roar.
Maybe let's buff up our ass. Oh. Oops. They took some damage too, but whatever. That guy's dead at least. These torpedoes, are they going to like the Delta Quadrant to fight the Borg? Yes, we can hit these guys.
Let the macro cannons sing their deadly litany.
Oh, you're so weak.
Unleash a barrage of destruction.
We can use this.
Let the
Fine.
macro cannons sing their deadly litany.
Let's see. This. Damn it. No, just miss him if we do this. I guess it's good to be on their ass though. Oh wait. What if we do this? No, that doesn't make it any better really. I should have moved first. I guess let's just go here and or no, actually you can easily shoot me. Maybe I should just turn around like this.
We have a destination to reach.
No. Can we? No. No, it's almost. About yes. Yes.
To our enemies.
Okay, let's see what this does. Oh, now we can. All right.
Show them the
Shooting
fury of
again.
our macro cannons.
Nice. Okay. Bump.
Deliver their demise.
Deliver us from good. Because you know they say deliver us from evil or deliver me from evil. But what if we deliver you from good? What then?
Helmsman, navigate us to the designated coordinates.
Oops. They blew up already.
Victory is
That wasn't a tough battle. Like the game's like, oh my god, there's more of them. But yeah, sure, they suck. Especially the small ships, they blew up with one shot. Don't know if the letting them live would have had further encounters with La Bouche or whatever her name was. But now she's la dead. Haha. Great Hall. Brett Hall Hockey. Maybe this. Let's try this. Is doubled against blast attacks. Or what is a blast? Are they like normal missiles? Are they like this sort of stuff? Is it blast? Plasma. I don't know. I wish the game would tell me this basic information. Whatever. Let's leave the system. Nothing really here anymore. So we've been here already, right? Yes. I guess we warp travel back here. A warp bridge, ungodly fiends spreading sorcerous disease walk the lower decks, gathering a cohort of infected voidsmen. If no measures are taken immediately, an entire bay could be turned into a den of heresy. Rogue Trader and his retinue will personally go and face these contemptible foes. That's what we do. Okay, Heinrich's got the new sword. Let's send him. Let's send Idira, even though, like, there's gonna be some warp like veil deterioration, whatever, so it's not necessarily good to use psychic powers, but I guess still. Five is my any key. It's an auto save, but I guess I'm still gonna do a proper save. I wanted to get a regular fight. We still haven't had other fights except the ship-to-ship combat just now. Oh, Cultist of Nurgle. Yeah, the Nurgle lights really
The Emperor protects.
Like my ship for some reason. Plague Bearer. Bear this.
Not be deterred.
What? Did I miss? Did I stutter? How about this guy? Alright, that guy's dead. So there's like two sides, two chambers. What? Well, is there something protective here? Why is the shield icon here? I think that's just a bug. I guess I should send Heinrichs against the Plague Bearer. Maybe Argenta can try to get rid of these people or something. Oh, there's a couple of Plague Bearers there. Yeah, whatever. Rear. See,
I can do that with the right incentive. You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
$50. Whatever.
Tell me, and it is done.
Noticed F. Nagel.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Yeah, but the gun really isn't good against cultists of Nurgle. The toxic
Don't
gun.
get too cocky.
See, yeah, it heals. I guess let's just use.
Am I
Yes.
getting paid for this?
I guess.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Faith shields me.
Oh, poison grenades or something.
Out of my way.
They're sending lots of farts this way.
I will endure.
Heinrichs, first use this thing.
I won't object to it.
What was this?
For the
Sure.
throne's glory.
Then
Naturally. I won't object.
The Inquisition sends
Okay.
their regards. Death to non-believers.
death to the billionaires. The millionaires are billionaires. I really like throwing shit around.
Focus.
Why did I not foresee this?
Oh. Okay, it's getting a bit smelly here. Let me just go here. It's not, but the flamer is actually better. I think.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Doubt is for the weak.
Didn't really knock them down.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Swing, shall
God
we?
Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Okay, we killed that guy. We can kick this guy down. Oh, he didn't fall.
As the Emperor
Slide
commands,
here.
I act.
Slide into her DMs, as they say. Yeah, I don't feel like using her psychic powers because there's so much of this stuff right now. Veil degradation. Just go hit this guy. No, that's not really. How about if we go there and aim for the opening?
What is this foreboding? On it.
What? Yeah, 9 damage is not impressive.
Will do.
Or 2 isn't impressive either.
But of course.
Who shall we dominate? I guess cultist of Nurgle. Blood freezes in your veins. Let's see if this
Anything else?
backfires or not. Okay, it didn't backfire yet, at least.
Chaos guides me. Scorn. Death to the weak.
Nothing.
Hail of Argonaut. The War Brace.
Actions will speak louder than words.
These ruby flashes are choking me.
Yes, choking. Yes, send her to help. Help Argenta.
Deliver us.
Dira. I guess she can stay there. Jai.
I know what I'm doing, usually.
And then it's Argonaut's turn. It's so smelly here. I really don't want to. I should have moved these tackle zones with J.
And so it shall be done. Rejoice in service. I will not have been judged and found
Damn, we
wanting.
didn't kill the other guy. Claim the bounty. Oh, that's 1 hit point. Nice, killed both. Oh no, we could actually use this. Let's do it. Let's see. No, maybe I should have used the other one. Whatever.
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose. The Emperor commands with warning to all who oppose us.
Can we shoot this guy? Yes. Plague Bearer.
And so shall actions will speak louder than words.
Maybe I should mark this
And
as
so
our
shall
prey.
it be done. The Emperor commands corrupt.
Nice. Nice shot. Entrench.
Rejoice in
Just here.
service.
More fart clouds. Oh, there's a baddie just next to her. How about we send this guy walking?
Not a servitor.
Right. Like, we didn't get the free attack, but at least took some damage. Let's see, can we use our eyesight in a funny way? Not really. Maybe go here and use single looky look attack.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. If I may,
Genta, your turn. Ouch. I think it's her turn to use this for like versatility sake. Yes. No, this isn't that something. Oh yeah, we have this spread steady
Power
superiority.
resides
We
in the
get
will of the
extra
righteous.
attack each turn. Sure.
As the Emperor commands.
Okay, we killed somebody. That's always a positive sign. What could go wrong when you're killing people?
Doubt is for the weak.
Too bad I never leave debts unpaid.
Okay, oh, can we? Sure.
I can do that with the
Give
right
them that.
incentive.
Not sure it's gonna be useful or not. So much farts. How about we just use her fancy new sword?
A moving target lives longer.
Oh, he didn't even die. Oh, that sucks. Voice of command.
You got a problem? I got a prize. Tell me, and it is done. Don't get too cocky.
Idira, let's go.
Can
Her
I-
turn.
Fall back now.
Can we? I think we should be able to manage 3 damage, right?
Will do.
Nice. Melee to death. Killed by death. Dominate that guy. Can we still shoot him?
Anything else?
Okay, he took a bit of damage. We can also position. I guess we can leave these zones intact for now.
Vengeance will be swift.
How many enemies? 4 enemies standing. Is there only 1 enemy on this side? Yeah, and there's 3 over there. Okay, I guess the other ones can start moving the other direction then. Wait, he also has the versatility stuff. That's... Let's see. 1, but wait, he's on fire. He's gonna burn to death, so we don't really have to worry about this guy.
But of course, Lord Captain. I won't object to it.
Pain cleanses the body.
The others, can we shoot this guy? Then how about the single shot?
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
So we shot the barrel. That's not nice. There's door dash next to this guy. Nice. That was a good hit.
Guided by faith.
I guess we can.
As
Yes.
the Emperor
Boom, boom, boom.
commands, I act.
Yeah, he fell down at least.
Stop mocking me.
Idira. She can only
I know what is to
basically
come.
run here. Does she see the guy? Oh, she can actually try to shoot. Fine, let's use these things.
Will do. Huh? Was that you? Or but of course.
Didn't really hit.
Anything is?
Pain of this mortal flesh means nothing. Actions
Load.
will speak louder than words.
My farts will speak louder than words. Oh, he can actually see those enemies.
And so it shall be done.
Ah! That guy's down, so I guess we
Rejoice.
should try to kill this guy. Yes, very nice.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Cassie, can you go finish him off? Oh, come on.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I just want to see. Let's try to kick him first.
I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, he took damage but didn't die. Burn, baby, burn.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'm injured. I'm enraged.
I'm incensed, unfringed. Okay, everybody come here where it shouldn't be farty. Grenades and crap. That sounds like a good like Dungeons and Dragons science fiction ripoff, or maybe like modern version of D&D. Grenades and crap. So no more loot, no loot here at all. There is. The game tried to deceive me.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
See over here. What's this place? Yes, these are both just exits. Yes. spell. Oh, okay, we could have used it against the enemies or something. Whatever. Don't want to go damage myself. Jai Haidari. We have been here. Let's go do some leveling first. Wild Hunt. Prior to the attack, all prey suffers -3 times perception bonus penalty to armor until the end of combat. Bounty Hunter gains 4 movement and restores 3 charges of hunt down the prey. You know, the Bounty Hunter attacks exactly one target, which is marked as with the Wild Hunt. This attack deals plus 300% damage. Maybe just this one, the penalty to armor. Sounds decent enough. Last volley. As tactician and one random ally make 2 attacks instead of 1 during orchestrated firestorm and last volley. This orchestrated firestorm. Is that okay? Desperate measure. Okay, I've never used desperate measures so far. Orchestrated firestorm and last volley can be used multiple times per combat, once per turn. Yes. Allies, including the master tactician that have weapon capable of burst attacks, have burst attack. Use burst attack instead of single attack against enemies part of the orchestrated firestorm or last volley until the beginning. All allies, including the master tactician that have weapon capable of area attacks or grenades. Maybe this one. Steady superiority. Okay, this is the good one. First time in combat, the Arch-Militant reaches 0 wounds, while under the effect of steady superiority or heroic sacrifice, the Arch-Militant restores 20% of their maximum wounds, loses this. Until the end of combat, every attack grants stacking plus 2% bonus to critical hit chance. Well, that sounds sort of fun. Until the end of combat, Arch-Militant's attacks do not spend all MP. Additionally, each attack grants a stacking of 5% bonus to dodge for 1 round. She could move. Well, she has the dash and stuff, so it's not that important. The Arch-Militant can use both Heroic Act and of the Arch-Militant archetype and the Heroic Act of the Warrior or Soldier archetype in single combat. You can still only use a Heroic Act or Desperate Measures 1 per turn. I sort of like this one, more critical hit. Do we want the same for him as the previous? Maybe this guy. Let's get this movement stuff for him. All allies in the selected area also gain plus 20% to dodge, parry, and armor. So what is take and hold? Number of action points grant take and hold. Let's see. So 1, Chooses one combat tactics area. Every ally inside that area except the Grand Strategist gain extra turn with 1 AP and 2 MP at the start of Grand Strategist turn. I sort of like this more action points. And the internet is down again. Let's see how long it's gonna take for it to return. The chaos is strong today. Like, they're hindering my internet usage today. So dispatch. Yeah, this is this attack. So I guess the more damage the enemy is, the more damage it does. Until the end of combat, target of dispatch loses half its current armor and deflection. Dispatch deals additional damage equal to 45% of the target missing wounds instead of 25%. At the end of combat, whenever the assassin hits an opening, they gain lethality divided by 15 rounded down temporary wounds. If the dispatch attack kills the target, all enemies in a 3-cell radius around the target gain 2 stacks of disturbed attack effect must pass an agility resistance test. Maybe just this one. We are back online again. For now. Unyielding Guard. Until the end of the next turn, the Vanguard cannot die. Until the start of the next turn, all damage suffered by the Vanguard is reduced by 7. Until the start of Vanguard's next turn, each attack made by the Vanguard makes them priority target for the enemy hit by that attack. Until the end of combat, all allies in a 3-cell radius around Vanguard suffer Vanguard's less damage. Okay. At the end of combat, Vanguard gains 5 momentum for each attack that hits them. Maybe just this, cannot die. Man too angry to die. This was... maybe the defensive crap. Oh, no, maybe this one. Yeah, dodge reduction, armor penetration. Yeah. Okay, dispatch. Okay, this is this. At the end of combat, target of dispatch loses half its current armor and deflection. Let's just take that. Save. Painful level up. Wasn't that painful, but not the funnest level up either. Okay, is it finally time to head to Dargonus? Dangerous. Danger is my middle name. Profit factor gained. Enemies of humanity have been spotted aboard the ship. War beasts have enthralled the crew in charge of one of the macro cannons and massacred those who resisted the heresy. Lord Captain is their only hope. The crew will receive military gear and chance to prove their worth by dispatching the Lord Captain's enemies. Okay, let's try this. Okay, we lost some stuff. Victory over the Rogue Traders' enemies came at a high price. Still, the decks have been cleansed of warp spawn, albeit it took the blood of hundreds of voidsmen to wash away any evidence of their presence. Okay, let's chart new routes. Ooh, okay, there's like a bloody trail here, which is nice. We got some colony reward, dirty bureaucracy. Touched by holiness. We lose some profit. Prow shield sector plus 30. That's okay. How many mechanisms do we? Oh, no, there's chemicals. This is mechanisms. Souls of the crewmen laid to rest and Folsom Cemetery grant bonus evasion. It's more complacency, but I guess we're... Yeah, let's just do that. Is there any news here? No, I still wanna... This would reduce security, which is not great. And also cost some profit. I want this thing, but we need more. No, we need giants here. Oh. Latency security up. I have the amnesia, so enemies suffer -10 to evasion in ship-to-ship battles. Not bad. Integrity. Giants. So we need efficiency 5. This increases efficiency. I guess that's weird. Let's see if there's something else. This is also efficiency. It lowers. It costs people. I guess let's just get this. This iconoclast +10 is whatever. Okay. Save and enter the system finally. Mundus Valentius. Farthest limits of the coroner's expanse are terra incognita for humanity. Only the bravest, boldest. Oh, okay. Lord Captain, the helmsman on the line. I can report that the quest for the capital world of the Von Valentius dynasty is finally at an end. Argonaut is straight ahead. We have received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captain, taking refuge in the orbital docks of Dargonus, ways to send you priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favor and make you an impression on the rogue trader. Guess tell Dargonus that rogue trader is coming home. I will be done, Lord Captain. After the connection to the Master Helmsman is cut, the device crackles with Heinrich's voice. Lord Captain, I will be pleased to accompany you during your visit to Dargonus so I can personally introduce Achilles Calander, a servant of the Golden Throne who previously attended Lady Theodora and Dargonus. I'm counting on your benevolence. Rogue's cast ends with a click. Because first we explore these other planets. Phlogiston. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that right now. Use my last extractium on that because Phlogiston is rare. Now this would be like Phlogiston 7. Nope. Lava World. Oops. I remember Lady Theodora used to condemn traitors to forced resettlement on this planetoid. Ah, okay, the Lava World. Alright, nothing here either. And let's go to Dargonus and the Adeptus Mechanicus ship. Lord Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of the Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magus Tarzan delegation intends to board our ship and get an audience with your lordship. This is exactly how they phrased it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with the lady. It is regrettable. What do they want? The honorable servants of the Omnisia have ignored our request. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. It rather appears to be part of their intimidation tactics. Punish them for their disrespect by letting them dock at the furthest and most dilapidated airlock so that it takes them an eternity to traverse the ship. A most humane punishment, Your Lordship. Requesting permission to be present at the audience granted to my tech comrades. Yeah, I guess we shouldn't bring the Xeno. Just, I'm not expecting really combat right now. Well, Abelard might be useful, of course. Just, diplomatically thinking, maybe these people might be useful. We had some new helmet or something. Ranged attacks. It's not good. Who here has a crappy headgear? What sort of cape does he have? Okay, when he uses Endure, I'll get rid of burning, toxic, and bleeding. More dodge. Okay. Coercion bonus. Guess warp damage. Is there somebody who has space? This, this tech use. Well, his tech use sucks anyway, so I don't think it really does anything if we give it to him. Lore Imperium. So what do these rude tech priests want?
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Oh, Opticon 22. We met him on Footfall, right? A group dressed in the crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks toward you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You know that the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, whom you encountered on Footfall. Yeah, I remember. Tarzus. The enormous tech priest points his hand at Pascal and lets out a booming roar not unlike a factory alarm. It makes your very bones vibrate. Herald's servo skulls mark with the emblem of the cog follow in his wake. They blare shrilly. Thou shalt not suffer, yea, heretic, in thy forge, for rust begets rust, Pascal Hanelman. In the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest. What? Applicant 22, an servant of the Omnisia turns to you. Diplomacy mode, engage, announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies for would like to inform you of the necessity of conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit on the Rogue Traders territory. Okay, tech use 100%. Study the two priests of Mars. Success. You identify the rare armor the enormous tech priest is wearing as a Secutor's plated mechanized suit. It carries the imprints of many battles and has markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor damage looks fairly severe, to the point of endangering its operation. The slivers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then, convulsions shake the tech priest's body, and a painful sounding hiss comes from his fox. Darth Vader? The tall tech priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful and makes a point of not drawing his weapon. There's an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over at his fellows, scrutinizing his condition. On what charge are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes, spreading tech heresy on the world of Kieva Gamma, and making an attempt on the life of a servant of the Omnisia. The deafening roar from the tech priest fox makes you grimace in pain. You touch your ear and notice blood on your fingers. The faulty unit will be removed in the name of the Omnisia. I condemn you. Lightning flashes across the warrior's armor. Agony resounds in the blare of his fox alarm. In contrast, Pascal speaks quietly and coldly. You are malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. The statement is false, tech brother. Tarsus Hanuman. He's also a Hanuman? Tarsus Hanuman is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration, which, however, does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pascal Hanuman. We have information that implicates you. Having learned that you are a member of the retinue, a maintenance specialist in the service of Rogue Trader 1 Valancius, we have come here with the goal of meeting you, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. Grimace. Does the big fellow have to roar? Negative. Upon completing his sanctification procedure, tech brother Tarsus vowed modified his engrammatic augmetics algorithms in order to never to desecrate, fully sully, tarnish his mouthwork's cognitive process with flesh pig. The servo skull screech. Mine is a pure and binary tongue that preserves only what is true and shuns data. How do you suppose Pascal was involved in the events of Kiev Gamma? Our data suggest that the unit which used Magus Explorator Hanuman's identification code performed an unauthorized upgrade on the planetary box array and introduced data seen to be scrap code into its operation. This fact points to his unit's criminal complicity with the heretic Cubis Delphine. I'm not handing Pascal over to you unless I see evidence. Let us get to the bottom of this matter together. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. Co-op fighting challenge. Tarsus gives you a haughty look and lets out a howl of wrath. Archiving. Tech brother Tarsus opposes lay participation in the investigation. Search for truth. The unit Opticon 22 advises in favor of House von Valancius representative's participation request. Which one? Lore or persuasion? Since they are tech priests and stuff, maybe this one, law, is better. I insist on a joint investigation. Arresting a rogue trader's retinue member without any justification stands in breach of the law and my privileges under the warrant of trade. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. I request Tech Brother Tarsus' consent to the co-participation of the representatives of the Von Valensis dynasty in the investigation proceedings. Sacrilegious conspiracy. I refuse help from laypersons. I am cog of the Deus Mechanicus that grinds down corruption. I will carry out the sentence immediately. We get to kill him? Ooh. Pascal freezes, but green sparks light up in his visor. He extends a hand towards Tarsus and replies in a clanging voice, "Let that cycle be discontinued." You realize Pascal's words are coming from both his own vox and Tarsus's. Then every sensor of the executioner's battle harness lights up at once, blindingly, and the wounded, armored Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention, priority notification, service units of the Kappa Thread supply line are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader, command, retreat, and reinitiate negotiations. Heretic Pascal, I will wreak punishment upon you in the name of Deus Mechanicus.
Grovel before the faithful.
Okay. Let's kick some ass. Boots to asses. I'll be right back. I have to close the door. Alright, I'm back. The internet is yellow. Okay, it's green again. Let's see. Damn, those guys look tough. I think it's sort of cool to be able to fight tech priests, because they're usually the good guys, but these guys are a bit nutty. Bit cuckoo, one might even say. Yes. Yeah, whatever. Right, let's set the zones. These are the snipers. Like this. And defense, backline. Like this. And this.
Running binary override. Request approved.
Okay, attack. Smash. Hulk smash. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You crazy tech priest. You're finished. Nice.
I can do that. The right incentive.
Okay, can we poison this?
Let her cross a Kazbalican.
I think the needle didn't do nothing. Sure, let's
Tell me
get
when it is done.
give Pascal another attack. Sounds like a victory plan.
Vow is to
Nice. Brutal strike. Yeah, no need to do anything else. Skitarius. Ah, yeah, we fought against the corrupted Skitariuses on Kiava Gamma. Come on, stop exposing my weaknesses. That's not very Christian of you. What? He hit his friend as well? Is he crazy or is it... I do not know. See, can we... Yes. That
I have
seems
read
okay.
tomes of military tactics.
Heedless eye. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just move there. That wasn't what I intended. Whatever. Let's
What
get.
is foolishness?
Ah, okay. He cannot use it again because he already used it once. Heinrichs. Maybe
I'm
just
not accustomed to being
Mr.
ordered around.
Adolf.
And so shall it be done.
Yes, he can stay where he wants. Idira. Yeah. Heinrichs. Well, he can move a little
The
bit so
Emperor
he
is on our
can
side.
attack better. Like slide into somebody's DMs or whatever he wants. Because we're gonna designate him as an enemy combatant. And can we finish him off? Probably not. What if we... Nice. Boom, headshot.
I will not be deterred. Rejoice in...
Nice hit. What was all this? Ah, yeah, now I remember. Oh, yeah, we got some bonuses to it, right? Did we? No, we don't have anybody marked. I guess we can mark some random guy. This guy.
The Emperor commands.
You are Mark. I am Luke. Ha ha ha. Okay, let's try. Let's try
In
this.
the name of House
So now
yeah.
my dudes are attacking. Yeah, now I remember. I've used it once, and Cassia, yeah, she likes to use her eye and to damage her own party members. But hey, at least we killed somebody. A couple of guys, I think. Idira's turn. Nope, but if we shriek... Yeah, the shriek might do it. Nice.
Will do.
Well, it happened to Heinrichs. He was stunned or something. Oh, I have to reload.
Actions
Die.
must be.
Nice. Boom, headshot. Hey, bring Stabby T. Welcome. Thanks for the raid, and welcome anybody else. Requesting cessation of hostilities. Point to Tarsus. Help your brother. The unit that called itself Tarsus Hanneman is dead, has been disabled. This material asset is beyond restoration or reuse as spare parts. After a pause, Pascal bows his head in a binary requiem, pours out his vox. Despite his misconceptions, he was a servant of the Omnisia. Pascal, what did you do to Tarsus? Pascal's confused reply comes from his vox in a grasp. Oh, I have so many people watching me now because of the raid. Welcome everybody to I'm Adventure Argonaut and I'm playing Rogue Trader. Anyways, unable to fulfill request, the Omnisia granted me an epiphany and I muted the main machine spirit that was filling Tarsus's mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Ragged Minories, where I appealed to the machine spirit of a malfunctioning mechanism and laid it to rest. Hello. I'm sorry that you had to kill a comrade. I also regret have a negative assessment of this event. The Adeptus Mechanicus still accused the unit of identifying itself as Pascal Hanneman of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarsus, I am not authorized to immediately execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to drop the inquiry. I haven't played Rogue Trader, as chat says, but I have a friend that loves Rogue Trader, showed this off for me. Yeah, I also had a couple of friends who recommended this game, say it's great, and so far, yeah, I agree. This is one of the best RPGs I played in years. There are some, small issues that piss me off at times, but overall, has been pretty good so far. There are no apostates among us. The piercing voice from the Voxint is more overwhelming than Tarsus's thunderous roar. Zack, brother Tarsus, and the machine spirit that lived in this battle harness succumbed to the suffering that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Now their torment is over. I declare them martyrs. I am requisitioning Tarsus Hanneman's neural augmetic for the purposes of preserving his blessed memory. So mechanical or electron cybernetic substitute for biological limbs or organs. Okay, yeah. It's just I was thinking is this mind? But it's like there's I guess it's just his arms or something. Okay, see you later. Thanks for the raid and everything. Yeah, not deleting my streams or anything, so I'm gonna keep it up. Okay, astonished as the tech priest look on, Pascal leans over the slain man's body and extracts the augmetic from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. Okay, whatever you just did, it's working. Keep going. Okay, With each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony your tech brother Tarsus was in. His unbridled, pain-spurred faith intimidated you, yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voices to proclaim that the machine spirit with which his mind had merged was morbidly afflicted. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched a tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that comprehension is the true path to knowledge, yet the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. There's a clang as Opticon 22's knee presses into the floor. Crimson hooded heads are bowed. Let the cycle be discontinued. The radiant light pouring out of Pascal's visor grows dimmer. Static creeps back into his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued, tech comrades. Pascal, there's one small point I'm not clear on. What just happened? Pascal's voxing crackles somewhat tentatively. I decided to sustain my words with an excerpt from one of the Blessed Argonaut's sermons on loss of internal and external function, verse 4. My analysis deemed it appropriate. What's the reason for this genuflection? It has been a long time since the words of the Messiah of discontinuing were last spoken openly over public communication bans. We respectfully welcome wisdom's return. So he is not forgotten after all. The Messiah of discontinuing, is that how you refer to Argonaut? So what, he's like the robot Jesus? Following Archmagus Amarnat's partial laicization, removal from the chain of command, that was the authorship attribution of a series of sermons on discontinuing the cycle that were disseminated across the Cognizance fleet. It was, in fact, a title used by many in times past. Is Amarnat's teaching not heretical? This statement is false. Contrary to what many servants of the Omnicia thought they knew, preferred to believe, the fleet's Supreme Conclave never issued an official statement on that decision. 37% of the Supreme Conclave's members openly supported Archmagus Amarnat's views and disappeared, were removed from the chain of command under circumstances that were classified. The Supreme Conclave has not had a quorum ever since. Do you know where Argonaut is right now? Data unavailable. No reports have mentioned Archmagus Argonaut since the incident of the Arch Mechanicus Hermetico, which led to the presumed destruction and disappearance of that warship. My archive has no data on the Hermetico incident. The vessel was the Blessed Argonaut's base of operations. Is it lost then? Pascal's voice is filled with anxiety. Were you among the followers? Negative. I had no contact with the Archmagus Amarnat and was never a member of his flock disciples retinue. However, my analysis of the doctrine he outlined inspired me to deep respect for trust in him. I presume the conflict between you and Pascal has been resolved. The data received provides a basis for calling the fallen tech brother Tarsus's hypothesis into question. Out of respect for, due to lack of authorization to indict followers of the Messiah of discontinuing, we will not proceed with the detainment, arrest, termination. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. Thank you, tech brother Opticon 22. Now that the conflict has been resolved, you may remain aboard my ship. Request denied. The Kappa Thread supply line delegation is leaving. Dargonus expresses gratitude for the hospitality ceasefire and proclaims its intent to return to Footfall to resume performing its regular functions. The tech priest looks over at Pascal as if waiting for something. Pascal's megadendrite briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully. Okay, can we loot him? Oh, okay, just fell down. Omnicia axe. It's just a Basic Omnisia axe. I don't want that. You don't get any fancy loot. That seems wrong. Against the laws of physics and nature and everything good. Guess nothing else here really.
Know
Fine,
your duty.
let's piss off. Okay, can we finally get to the planet of Dargonus, our capital? Finally, we are here. I wonder if there's gonna be a big surprise that there are no chaos influences on the planet. Like, there has to be some sort of dilemma there to solve, but like maybe chaos isn't the one plaguing it. Well, we'll see soon, I guess. All right. Mundus Valancius. Oh yeah, I guess that's the world of Valancius, or Valancius world. Scan. Administratum and von Valancius Palace. Well, I guess we first want to go to the palace. Let's see. Well, Abelard, he's a first officer or something, so maybe bring him. Dira's, her psychic abilities might be used. Maybe we don't need Pascal right now. Well, he just had this personal comp. But wait, Jay, she has the mission that she wants to become like the sanctioned trader or something, so maybe we can bring her. And Heinrichs also has personal beef, and I don't know, I like Cassia especially because her diplomatic skills are very high. So what happens at the palace? Do we have Worm Tongue in charge here or something? Or Denethor the second or the sixth? I wouldn't mind having a palace like that of my own. Long live the rogue trader! Greetings, your lordship. Oh, that looks like Wormtongue. So who are these people? Clementia Verserian. Ah, is it wife of Abelard? The Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in a full-on dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. Her short graying hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementia Verserian, court chancellor of von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all of Dargonus, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Oh yeah, that was horrible. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all. But as one star expires, another always flares to life, and although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia. Abelard offers a reserved nod. She nods in return, and the lines on his brow soften ever so slightly. Is this Marilyn Manson? Achilles' calendar. A young man quickly brings a respirator to his burnt face and bows his head courteously. His black hair veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Achilles Calendar, Secretary at the Administrative Department. I hope your journey to Dargonis was not as darkened by unwanted troubles. The Emperor protected us on our journey through the stars, of course. Achilles makes a sign of the Aquila, and may he remain merciful to us still at the end of time. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds, or perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Urban Drivestem has been notified of your arrival on Dargonus and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Hold on a moment, Clementia. What did you say your last name was? Clementia nods politely. You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Verserian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. Ah, okay, granddaughter. Oh yeah, he's quite old. Chancellor Verserian has held her position at the von Valancia's court for many years. She earned Lord Captain de Theodora's respect through acts of great perseverance. There's no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. Sure, let's just say this. The Emperor blesses those who strengthen humanity's domain through their deeds. You have reason to be proud of your progeny. Abelard looks at you in surprise, but then immediately puts on an air of indifference. Thank you, Lord Captain. Why is the governor here with you to meet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivestem's residence is on the other side of the world, but the administrating palace of Dargonus. We sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Logic succeeded. Chancellor Verserian appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with a new rogue trader. I would like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They are very close, just down the hall. That is also where the study and the audience chamber are. Achilles' face brightens with a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. You are dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps, before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few moments or minutes for a conversation with me. Achilles bows his head. I'm certain that you will find my report on the state of affairs in the von Valancia's Protectorate most useful. What's going on? Okay, so we are alone here. Is somebody gonna try to assassinate us or something? Herald servos contact Priest Cygnus Alpha 42 blah blah blah. Yeah, reach up process. As you approach, Lex mechanics subtle subtly bows his head, continuing to emit pinheric trills. Earliot. Okay, all my party members are here. The walls of your home suffocate me, Elantash. I long to leave this twisted world at the first opportunity. A living fruit-bearing tree in the heart of a high world is a fantastical sight. They probably use a lot more water to tend to this tree than the average Argonaut citizen can hope to receive in their daily ration. Just random aristocrats. Your presence inspires us all, your lordship. Yeah. How do you find the young Gaprak, principal heir of a noble house? I heard that the daughters of the arch-inscriptor are inappropriately obliging to the young man. Yeah, whatever, okay. Let's see. It's just random Janus messengers. Your lordship. J. Such illustrious society, such well-heeled nobles. Indeed, it would be worth visiting Dargonus even without getting to know you, Shireen. This world offers huge scope for doing business.
I
Toss
need
a coin.
to look closer.
Glinting in the light, a coin falls into clear water and sinks to the bottom. Like, we discovered some secrets. Oh, here. Okay. It's just random loot. Kiavagamas people, okay. Oh, there's goods over here. Loot. Anything else here to steal? Well, it's my planet. It's not really stealing. Fight today. What's this? Ancient Kochi data linked to the palace's system networks. Okay, I guess let's go find. I don't see any. Oh, okay, here is Argenta. I guess let's go see all my pals. If there's anything else interesting here. Oh, here. This one is Argenta. Inspire us with strength, give courage to overcome troubles and suffering in your name. Glory to God, Emperor. Okay. Ooh, Lord Imperium. Standing upon the altar is an ancient image of Saint Macarius. Its regal frame is covered in marks. The relic was claimed in a battle on a remote and forgotten world. Is there anything else here? Anybody else here? Actually, like a person? Don't see. Maybe they're further on inside the palace then. But yeah, like, you know, these aren't really people of good reputation, and Xenos and Shireen is a bit sus as well. So maybe it's the, you know, the nobles and stuff are inside the palace. Like Cassia and Verserian, he's not noble, but at least he's noble accepted, you could say. A trusted servant. All right. Hello. Welcome, your lordship. Let me inform you of the location of the chambers of your dynastic estate. It would be nice to be, you know, the main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject Achilles' calendar informed me that he humbly awaits you the opportunity to meet you there. Okay, anything else? If your lordship wishes to rest after your long journey, then your personal chambers are up on the stairs on the right. So yeah, it would be nice to be a noble and inherit a mansion, and then first world problems, have to find your bedrooms and stuff. If you need anything, whatever your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. Right? Goods. Yes, I want loot. That's what I want. I want loot. Okay, so that's the personal chambers, I guess.
The Emperor gave me a vision.
What's this? Boots. Breeze catcher boots. Whenever the wearer moves through a cell occupied by an enemy, the enemy gains. The wearer gains plus 15% dodge against that enemy's attacks until the wearer's next turn. Leather covers bear the names of the authors, mostly philosophers and theologians from Argonaut. The spines of the books are trimmed with gold. Loot, loot, loot.
This is out of the ordinary.
Cogitator is producing rhythmic sounds, among which a faint ringing stands out. The remains of the plaque can be seen in a frame, alas the inscription is completely indistinguishable due to the patina. Stuff. Goods. Oh, this one. This antique piece of furniture is obviously well cared for, but its surface is still covered with a lot of scuffs, scratches and stains, traces of the previous rogue traders who sat at the table. Oh my god, there's a chance we might fail. I know. We have the thingy. This thingy. Now we should succeed. Sturdy, safe, equipped with bizarre mechanisms. Yeah, nice. 100. Melter weapon. Multi-melter. Okay. Costs 3 AP to attack. Okay. Let's put this back before I forget. Ooh, it's a balcony. Nice. Looks a bit Dark Souls in this place. You know, I guess both were inspired by European architecture. So that makes sense. Like Gothic architecture and stuff. There's a fireplace. Faint mark on the polished mantelpiece, which is likely left by glass. Okay. I have to execute all the servants here. Clearly they don't know how to clean. The bed? Is this the bedroom? It's... I don't know. Feels sort of claustrophobic or something. I don't know. It's sort of Weird. By bringing your hand to the scan panel behind the books, you open a hidden door. Okay. Bed for the head of Rogue Trader Dynasty is befitting the status of his owner. Doesn't look that fancy. Like, sure, I wouldn't mind having a bedroom like this myself, but still. I'm no Rogue Trader. Crap. Ooh, Wraithbone. Plastico. Mysterious item undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. The shelves of the library are laden with dusty tomes, the eyes linger on the works of several administratum adepts, and the memoirs of some unfamiliar explorer of distant death worlds. What's this? Mysterious inner artifact pressed in stasis field. Some Mars attack stuff. Crap. What's this? Zealot cloak. When the wearer hits an ally with an area attack, the wearer gains +1 stack of the Zealot effect until end of combat. The wearer gains +10 damage with their area attacks for each stack of the Zealot effect. So you do damage to your friends and then... Plasma Shaper gloves. These gloves grant the wearer +10 bonus to check use. Oh. So increase damage of plasma weapons by +3. Interesting. Mysterious item undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. Empty glass and 3 unopened bottles of wine sit on a finely crafted table made from dark marbled wood. Dust has accumulated on the raised oil smears. If the servants ever access this room, they do so very rarely. The books are arrayed on these shelves with their lavish, almost pretentious bindings seem to be identical. Strange objects lie behind the glass of display case. The complete absence of explanatory labels makes it impossible to learn what they are. The secret room is remarkably quiet, almost homely. Perhaps your predecessor used it when she sought complete solitude. Listening to the muted melody coming from the Vox speaker, you can easily imagine Theodora reading a book with a glass of expensive wine in hand. Yeah, have a glass of wine. Sounds good. 3 sealed bottles sit on the sturdy-looking low table. They are labeled Grandmaster's Blood, Boon of Terra, Flame of Purity. Flame of Purity. The wine fills the glass, glittering in the dim light of the room like liquid gold. Its tangy flavor burns your throat, leaving behind a spicy, biting aftertaste. You hear a short, faint hum as an unseen motor stirs into motion. Change the music. The vidscreen on the data slate before you displays the names of several rock symphonies. Your Imperium succeeded. You recognize the melody that is playing right now. It's the first of 36 parts of Symphony of Honor and Duty 14 experience. Sounds sort of interesting. Choose the piece Ode to the Most Holy Inquisition. You hear a loud click inside the Vox speakers and the piece that was playing earlier starts anew. Siren shatters the tranquil atmosphere of the room. Alarms have been sounded. Okay. Who are these guys? In the name of Rogue Trader House von Valancius, whoever has entered his lordship's chambers will be eliminated. Hello? Your lordship, deepest apologies for the intrusion. Do you require any assistance? But on second thought, we had better just leave you in peace. At least they didn't attack. I guess I can understand the mistake they made. I still want to read. Choose a book. After the alarm and the palace guard's intrusion, the calm and comfortable atmosphere of this room has somewhat faded somewhat. Not even here a rogue trader can find a moment of privacy. Yeah. Being a rogue trader is a lot like being a father. It's very difficult to find privacy. Several books are stacked next to the sofa. Some appear ancient, while others look like they have never been opened. Among Theodore's data that has been restored using your cogitator is the phrase Litanies of the Motive Force. It is the title of one of the books here. Let's choose this one. Choose the book, The Invincible Army, Analysis of the Tactical Triumph of the Astra Militarum. The book in your hands looks interesting. The prospect of spending a couple of tranquil hours immersed in reading appeals to you. Siren shatters tranquil atmosphere. Alarms have been sounded. Again? What? Is there like some... Trespassers surrender or be killed? It's you, but apologies, your lordship, really. Okay, how do we disable the alarms? So is it because we touched the book and... Okay, fine. Hey, it's not unopened anymore, because we opened one of them. Okay, but this was a sort of fun roleplay moment that was interrupted by stuff. I guess we should ask somebody how we disable the alarms from being triggered when we wanna do stuff, like, you know, read a book or something. Okay, let's go see the Achilles, whatever his name was. Achilles Caligari. Archimond Skidabrejibe? I don't remember the guy's name. According to the inscription on the statue, this is a gift from House Gaprak to the Von Valensis dynasty. Gaprak. Somebody else mentioned it. I think somebody's mentioned it before that too, before we reach the planet. While we're on Dargonis, I will check the secretary's reports and keep an eye on the logisticians. Master Danrock does his job well, but a little scrutiny goes a long way with him. I guess that makes sense. Oh, loot, loot, loot. Yes. I like that the game gives you, you know, a little bit of loot to motivate you to explore. Oh, Mondes Valencia. So this is where we can just go to the planet or the bridge. Okay, that seems very handy. I don't know if it makes sense, like, you know, from a architectural perspective, but from a gameplay perspective, this makes sense. Oh, Cassia and goods. My compliments to your taste in art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Glory to the rogue trader. Oh, there's Idira and Clementia. Good old Dargonis. It's boring here without Lady Theodora. She loved to liven up this sleepy little place with a couple of crazy decrees and public floggings of flabbergasted nobles. Von Valensis dynasty's throne is a visible symbol of the rogue trader's power, which now belongs to you. I don't know, I'd feel a bit insecure sitting on my throne in a place like this. You know, I'd like there to be solid ground around it and everything. I don't like it. I want to get this changed. Will it make me seem like a coward or something then? Your lordship. Clementia bows her head politely. For a chancellor to a rogue trader, she's dressed rather simply. A parade doublet, polished boots, and a comfortable cloak. She bears a saber in a gilded scabbard. Whether to show for or protection, one could not say. Only her ring with the Versarian coat of arms indicates that she is of the highest social stratum. The governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Awareness succeeded. The sharp gaze, the impeccably straight back, the composure. For a moment you feel like you're looking at a younger version of Abelard himself, not his heir. Judging by the scars on the exposed parts of her body, Clementia saw her first share of combat prior to assuming the position of Chancellor. What are your responsibilities as Chancellor? To put it simply, I am your trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communication, and meetings are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you from down the hierarchy. My purview also includes overseeing your lordship's property, the palace, the estates, the many gardens, and other domains on Dargonis that you have inherited from Lady Theodora. And wherever you are present on Dargonis, consider me your personal secretary. What can you tell me about Dargonis? All deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum, which allowed for efficient management of the world and the neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum and converted into servitor scribes. They all now toil across the entire world. Dargonus is also the seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Protectorate. If I may express my not so humble opinion, they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think about their own profits just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. And lastly, Dargonis has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to the vast majority of other worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships which are used to transport cargo between worlds. Does the capital stay in contact with other worlds in the Protectorate? Unfortunately not at this time, your lordship. After the few representatives of Adeptus Astra Telepathica on the Dargonis went into a frenzy, some of the psychers were tragically pacified by their respective authorities. Since then, communication with the neighboring systems has been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. Master of Mankind. If the noble houses are so volatile, what sense is there in keeping them? Over the many centuries, an intricate hierarchy has formed within the ruling elite of Dargonis. Great houses do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree thanks to their administrative work and their lands. Naturally, you can get rid of anyone whom you consider surplus to requirements, but right now, it could threaten the fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Are there any other issues I should be aware of? Apart from the disrupted communications, Dargonis was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet under the command of Captain Martius Versarian triumphed over the Acrostinos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. Awareness succeeded. You catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment. For the first time, it's obvious that Clementia is looking out for her house's good name. But despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe her own words. So who was the guy? So Martius Versarian, so he's like the loser of the family. Tell me about Governor Drivestem. Urban Drivestem is a well-respected man, and not just on Dargonis, but throughout the Protectorate. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administration and the logistics between the Von Valancius systems. The Drivestem's efforts secured years of order and prosperity on Dargonis. What's more, Lady Theodoras personally insisted that Lord Arbent specifically be made the next governor. Fellowship succeeded. The way you speak of drives them, I hear a hint of either contempt or resentment. No, I don't believe I feel either, your lordship. Clementia steely eyes stare into the distance, her claw clenching visibly. She speaks in a polite but glib manner, clearly flustered by your insight. We have different views on how to run a world. We sometimes have discussions over the laws that are enacted, but we both work for the good of the Von Valence's Protectorate. That much can be said without a doubt. Thank you for the report. I said Von Valence's Protectorate, your lordship. Achilles' calendar, does he cause any problems? Why, none at all, your lordship. The Secretary's calendar is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the Von Valence's dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself to be quite capable. And I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his, shall we say, standing. The last word brings a slight smile to her lips. Governor can wait a little longer. I still have matters to take care of. Certainly, your lordship. However, her thin lips twist slightly. I do not concern myself with the governor's feelings, but I must warn you. Your action or inaction may be interpreted in a certain way. Now, if your lordship will excuse me. Let's go find Mr. Scaligari. This cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Have we talked to all my party members? Here. Doesn't really... Yeah, I don't think we talked to the tech priest. Oh, there's Pascal. Speak of the devil. My appearance has caused a slight disturbance in the ranks of the servants of the Omnisia assigned to the palace. Analysis of the performance of rituals and maintenance litanies has produced a satisfactory result. Heinrichs, oh yeah, I forgot he exists. The lack of observers on this world has led your nobles to become extremely complacent. Today alone I overheard 3 statements that, if so wanted, could be turned into grounds for a charge of heresy. Yeah, I think I like he's doing his job. The slender figure clad in robes made from expensive fabric shudders from violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to his face, the man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it had been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well. Achilles covers his burnt lips, trying and failing to suppress a coughing fit. She is in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for swift return. Heinrich frowns. For as long as the star shines in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Achilles thumps himself on the chest with his augmented hand. You hear a clanging of metal against metal. Logic succeeded. I'm not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. Your insight deserves credit, Rogue Trader. Then again, I expected nothing less from Theodora von Valancius' successor. Heinrich looks at Achilles. Allow me to introduce Achilles' calendar. Yeah, he had this, informant or whatever on the planet. Allow me to introduce Achilles' calendar properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administratum, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who is engaged in other matters in the Corona's expanse. I'm sure you will find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the borders of your Protectorate. Greetings, your lordship, Lord Adolf Argonaut von Valancius. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences for the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy all of Conrad Voigtvir's accomplices on the capital world. Do you know anything about what has become of Conrad Voigtveer, the former Master of Whispers, is a heretic and traitor to the dynasty? Aquila screams not. Word of his treason reached Dargonus too late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately, once he had sown discord to the minds of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems unlikely that the Wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt into their hearts and now nurtures it in secret. You promised me a report on the present state of affairs in the Protectorate. I have already forwarded all official reports to your seneschal. As for the conversation we are having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slate with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dargonus' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dargonus, much like nobles on most worlds, are kin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest, or whoever they seem to deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonus are well-respected, rich, and powerful individuals who held Lady Theodora's favor for many years, and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family pursues its own selfish interest, and each one expects that with the transition of power they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the Drivestems, the Gabraks, and the Sourbacks. I think Sourback, they have cool names, so that's why they're my favorites. I should also mention the Verserians, not a noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle, to the Blue Bloods' great displeasure. Tell me about the Drivestems. The Drivestems are an ancient governor house of Dargonus. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the Von Valancius Protectorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless except for one detail. We have evidence that urban Drivestems rivals seem to have misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that these attacks are almost a little too advantageous for the Drivestems, but we lack solid proof, and it might never surface. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is a heresy that can be overlooked only in case of Von Valancius' heir, not his servant. Ah, yeah, because we have a Xenos pet. What makes the Gabraks special? The Gabraks hail from a remote forge world, and among their distant relatives there are many servants of the Omnisia, and the house itself is close to the cult Adeptus Mechanicus, both in spirit and their business connections. The Gabraks oversaw the industrial shipments within your protectorate, until recently. Ever since the astropathic communication with Kieva Gamma has severed, they've been quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. I've been to Kieva Gamma already. The planet was tainted by the cult of the Final Dawn. Aquila shakes his head. These are grim tidings. It's a tragedy that an industrial world of such tremendous capacity was brought down by the pernicious influence of the archenemy. Perhaps my colleagues can pick up the cultist trail in a cold void. Of course, it would be a small consolation to us all. What can you tell me about House Sourback? Religious and hardworking, the Sourbacks own many enterprises, including distillation manufactoriums that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the Sourbeck family have been prone to overly liberal statements about the Von Valancius dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora was a bit too keen to leave her worlds without proper oversight. So yeah, they're very religious. Distillation, wait, like beer and stuff? Or wine, whatever. Yeah, promethium. It's fuel and also like booze, right? I would like to know more about the Verserians. The Verserians are a line founded by Lady Theodora's seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy, from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonus, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they never were granted an official title, process which has been impeded for decades by the old houses of Dargonus. And secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but as more upstarts clinging into their rogue traders' favor. The Versarians are responsible for the domestic world's fleet and the majority of cargo shipments on domestic routes. After hearing all that, I now feel the urge to have every one of these sycophants executed at once. Okay, let's see how he responds. Achilles shrugs. You are naturally well within your right, Rogue Trader, but remember that this will cause the multi-layered bureaucratic system of Dargonus, of your entire Protectorate, in fact, to come apart at the seams. And that's not even considering the likelihood of attempted reprisals from their families and allies. I would hold off on death sentences, act with restraint and wisdom, present for all to see the sufficient proof of the unwanted house's guilt. Do not mistake me, mass executions are one way to solve your problems, but in that case you should weigh up every possible scenario before you act. I think it makes sense. Mass execution should be, the last resort, or at least second to last, or something. Enough about the nobles. Was there anything else you wanted to report? There was, your lordship, and this time it concerns the main reason for my presence here on this planet. Xenos and the threat that they pose to you and humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the Corona's expanse, the warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or another. Still, I managed to establish communication with some key individuals who were able to warn me about the incoming threats, including Xenos raids. Achilles looks to you in the eye without blinking. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt that Governor Drivestem will beg you for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Idolf Argonaut, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from the Rogue Trader and his mighty void ship to avert the disaster. Okay, tell me about the noble house of Dargonus. Well, we talked about that. What are your responsibilities here on Dargonus? Officially, I'm a secretary at this world's administrative department. Less officially, I'm afraid I can't disclose that even to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports of heresy taking root on upstanding planets of humanity. Above all else, I am concerned about the Xenos threat that hangs over the entire Corona's expanse, including your Protectorate. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbances. I'm still trying to re-establish contact with many of my agents. Tell me about Xenos. Residents of the local systems are no strangers to skirmishes with enemies of humanity, but recently the loathsome beasts seem to have completely flown off the handle. We are receiving reports from ships that made it through the warp to Dargonus. Both they and the colonies that they have departed from are being attacked. We have identified the breed of Xenos that pose this threat, the Drukhari, humanity's ancient and insidious foes. Be vigilant on your travels. The Xenos will undoubtedly attack a Rogue Trader ship, should they find the circumstances to be in their favor. Unfortunately, in the host of humanity, there are those who are willing to grovel before our enemies in hopes of a valuable reward. You may be interested to know that we are on a trail of such heretics. Achilles glances at the data slate. Overwhelming evidence indicates that a plundered void station on Langren's belt is being used at the base by a band of pirates who are not above dealing with Xenos. I think we killed them already. I was unable to persuade the Chancellor of the need to dispatch a ship there, but perhaps you would like to pay courtesy call to these scoundrels yourself. Do you know anything about the cult of the Final Dawn? My knowledge is deplorably limited, your lordship. All my attention has been focused on tracking Xenos activity. I'm certain that Master Van Calax can tell you much more about these heretics than I. About your unofficial work? Achilles' amber eyes flash with interest. Yes. Whom do you truly serve, the rogue trader or the interrogator of the Inquisition? Achilles quickly glances at Heinrichs. And whom does the rogue trader serve? The Golden Throne, the Protectorate? Could it be that one stems from the other? And if so, is there any sense in discussing it? Very diplomatic answer. I guess I will have to accept it. I want a list of all your agents and means to contact them. I don't think he's gonna give it, but let's see. I can understand your desire as a rogue trader to have everything under your control, and yet I'm not at liberty to make use of classified information related to interrogators' agents in whatever way I see fit. Achilles lowers his gaze and nods politely. Heinrich lets out a sigh of disappointment. There's no point in pressing my agents. None of them would ever reveal such vital information, especially not in my presence. No, I'm not gonna kick them out. I like the Inquisition. Okay, I have all I wanted to. Achilles bows down and brings the respirator to his burned lips. Okay, do I have other questions still? The scars on your face, what happened? I don't really want to hear his story, but let's see. About 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in a storehouse at my estate, and I was buried alive under the rubble. The Emperor preserved my soul, and the skilled physicians of Dargona saved my body, except for my lungs, with which I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. Okay, let's see. Noble House of Dargonis is green, so let's see if there's like something. Yeah, no, we talked about this already. Yeah. Okay, I must take my leave. According to the message I received a few minutes ago, Governor Drivestem has arrived at court. I imagine that the Chancellor is already prepared to arrange the meeting. All that's left is to notify her that you are ready to see Keith Urban or Pope Urban II or something. Spiders in a jar. Spiders in the jar. Who can go very far? Talking, yes, that's very appropriate save name. Let's go see if this drive stem guy. So cover drive stem is waiting. Yeah. Okay, tell them I'm ready to see the Gavinator. I shall arrange for him to be escorted to your study. 2 hours. Damn, that took a long time. Governor Urban drives them, so he doesn't even have a face, you know, profile picture. Adolf Argonaut von Valancius, 20th in his line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant, ruler of the House Coranus expanse, from the Cranax system to the 100 Realms crossroads. I bid you welcome. Urban Drivestep, governor of this great world, first and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valancius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dargonus and of the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. It's all the same to me. Do as you see fit. I will immediately give all necessary instructions, your lordship. He casually presses a few buttons on the cogitator built into his gold bracer. Esteemed Adolf Argonaut, Lady Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and persevere in spite of this tragedy together, and let us carry on where she no longer can be. Carry on where she no longer can by, leading the von Valancius Protectorate to even greater prosperity. As much as the governor is trying to appear sincere, there's something in the curve of his nervous half-smile that you find troubling. Is it a hint of reproach, mockery, condemnation? Is it merely your guilty conscience playing tricks on you under the governor's keen gaze, stirring up memories from your past? You suffered shame and humiliation sometime in your distant past. Is it because our commerce skill is not good? Is that the thingy? Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the astropaths of Dragonus flew into your raids, and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak, and the routes are tangled and no longer lead to the systems of the captains expect them to. Given that the vast majority of ships in the Dargonist Navy travel without relying on the services of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the Von Valancius dynasty and billions of its subjects is presently at risk. Conrad Voigtweir, Master of Whispers, is a heretic and traitor. Has he shown his face in Dargonus? The governor pensively strokes the rings glittering on his fingers. Lord Voigtweir visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now I see where all the whisperings in the corridors has come from. I shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any kind of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all matter of rumors and misinterpretations. Especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a road trader. However, Conrad Voigtweir was once a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. Yes, we're gonna be dogmatic as usual. I sentence all who have dared to make heretical remarks about rogue trader to servitor imperpetuis. Machines aren't prone to dissidence. I shall immediately make all the arrangements so that your order can be carried out properly. Graveston bows. For dogmatic. What exactly do the Dargonus nobility expect from me in light of the loss of routes and communication with other worlds? We are all troubled by the fate of the agri-world chainers that supplied Dargonus and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rebel to revolt. Furthermore, House Gaprak is perturbed by the loss of communication with the industrial world Kiavgama, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention most is the penal world Weebo 6. Weeb world? So are there waifus and stuff there? One of the key mining suppliers in your protectorate. Commerce succeeded. Such intriguing concern for the Weebus 6 outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Drivestem's speedy eyes widen in fear. Your lordship, I beg of you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decisions in any way. You see, without Weebus 6, the manufacturers on your worlds will need to make haste to find these suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. And in these troubling times, they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. My only concern is for the prosperity of the Von Valancius dynasty. Yeah, sure. I have already been to Kiavgama. The industrial world was overtaken by a cult of chaos worshippers. Drives them pauses, mulling over the gravity of your words. Such woeful sightings, your lordship. I assume that the House Gaprak is in for an official investigation. If I may remind you, they have particularly close ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus and serve as patrons of Kiavgama, not to speak of the defense of criminals, your lordship. But from where I stand, the outbreak of heresy on Kiava could hardly have been perpetrated by a noble family who stands to lose the majority of their wealth should the industrial world fall. It's too early to draw any conclusions. We will wait for the results of the investigation. Most reasonable, your lordship. But what of the industrial world? Are we to expect trade and to recommence? The production facilities of Kiev Gamma will serve humanity once more, rest assured. House Caprak will be overjoyed to hear it. I thank you for dispelling the darkness around the fate of Kiev Gamma. I've already visited Agrival Janus. Governor Wyatt found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Yeah, like her being a heretic. Truly, the Wyatt line is such one of the oldest in the Von Valence's Protectorate. If the inheritor of such well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her, then the situation must have been extraordinary indeed. Why would we lie? Vistenza succumbed to worshipping ruinous powers and was executed. Drives them pales in terror. It is clear from the unseemly grimace of his aristocratic countenance that his fear is not feigned. Ruinous powers! Truly horrific news. I commend your resolve and unwavering severity. Death to the enemies of humanity. That does it for the planets of the trade routes. What else? Xenos, your lordship. I don't rightly know where to begin. He rubs the bridge of his nose wearily. Otherworldly beasts are not uncommon sight in the Corona's expanse. They have been a menace to the worlds this side of the Maw for decades, but now those abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are yet unable to transmit messages. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Vibos 6 has been particular concern in the last few cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. Now, to issues on a smaller scale, there is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unorthodox succession of the Sacred Warrant. Chances of uprisings are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I have prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? I guess eliminate the most prominent malcontents quietly, but do not threaten entire families. Hopefully these steps will be enough to keep rest from causing any more trouble. Once your lordship's wrath descends upon the guilty, I have no doubt there won't be a soul in Dargonus willing to share their fate. And one last thing, your lordship. Your inauguration as a bearer of the sacred warrant is but a matter of time, and I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you are intended to uphold the centuries-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship of being represented on Dargonus by one of the noble houses. I presume that just before this duty will be accorded to House Drivestem. One moment, which houses can represent me at the ceremony? Any of the noble houses located on Dargonus, Drivestem family, which I lead, the Gabrak family with their long ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus, and the Sourbacks, known for their piety and diligence in service. Perhaps I should also mention the Versarians, who have some influence but who are not actually of noble origin. Any of these houses would be honored to represent you at the ceremony. I like Sourback. They're the religious house, and we are very, dogmatic and righteous person. House Sourback will carry out this duty. Drivestem's face breaks into a bitter smile. I shall immediately relay your commands, most gracious road trader. Thank you for your time. I would like to complete my inauguration as rogue trader as soon as possible. When's the ceremony? I wonder if it's gonna be interrupted, like chaos gonna attack. I'm afraid that until you deal with the pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central worlds of the Von Valencia's Protectorate are going through a crisis, and the warp disturbances, if void observers are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Tell me about yourself and how drives them. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. My house is the oldest and most respected in Argonaut. My ancestors fought side by side with yours for many generations as they cared for the system's welfare. Our duty is to supervise the governing bodies within the system subservient to you, and we are responsible for the Protectorate's logistics and economic stability. As for me personally, I'm a humble servant of the Emperor and a loyal subject of the Road Trader. And to my great pleasure, I had the honor of calling myself Lady Thera's close friend. Oh, really? At Urban's last words, Abelard lets out a sound that could be interpreted as either a snort or a cough. Urban gives him a look, which Abelard meets with an expression of utter nonchalance. Okay, I wanna ask Abelard later more about this guy. That will be all, I take it. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Since duty calls, I shall take my leave. May the Emperor's grace be with you. Okay. Enough talk for a while, I hope. Yeah, I think I'm hoping for war or something to, have fun stuff happen here. This antique. Okay. Yeah, this is our room. So what next? Reclaim what was lost. So key worlds to the Von Balance's dynasty and the links between them have been restored as far as possible. Now with the necessary base to maintain the Protector's territory, Rogue Trader can continue to strengthen and expand his holdings. Contracts, shadowy dealings. Oh no. Wait. Oh, okay, we can okay, nice for the game to. It's probably been mentioned somewhere. If we pay some plasteel, we can get some profit. Why? It would be nice to see how much. Oh, okay, it's down here. I was expecting to be here. Okay, but at least we get to see how much. Ooh, we have profit factor 50 already. Okay, let's get this fuel for the faithful. Explorer of Cognition's fleet is planning by a holy expedition to an unexplored subsector. The emissary Opticon 22 is prepared to buy a massive amount of fuel for the void ships. Okay, I'm pressing too quickly or something. Secret from the Goddess of Stars. Cancer of Kiava Gamma. People, Promethean weapons, complacency, efficiency, security. Yeah, I don't want to pay 3 people, that's expensive. Profit factor. Would get lots of stuff. Hand of Avolius. After a successful attack, these gauntlets grant the bearer 50% chance to inflict the bleeding effect on enemies that fail the toughness test. So is it any attack? If the wearer is dogmatic adherent, the test is made a -20 penalty. So I guess it's also if you shoot, it's not just for melee. Got provisions, adamantite, cost adamantite. Get chemicals and people. Okay, that might be good at some point. Blood and nephium. Oh, it costs lots of people, but we would get Prometheum. I guess this is like, if we need, like, now we need lots of, I don't know, adamantite, so we give them some profit, but not right now. So where should we go now? So what's this, like, pre-thrown? Oh no, that's okay. I guess that's like the, if somebody comes to speak to us, they stand there and then we go to the throne. Okay, I guess we should probably leave the palace. Clementia and Scalen. Of course, we could go back to the ship. Let's go to the outside first, see if something happens here. If nothing interesting happens here, then we can get back to our ship, I guess. And we have to go back. Is it Foulstone? There's some pirate invasion or something. Why do they need us? Can't they fight pirates by themselves? Otherwise, I wouldn't mind, but like, the navigator insight is limited. I don't see any interruptions like being attacked. Oh yeah, there's the, of course, yeah, Mundus Valancius, yeah, because there's the administration building. I guess we should go take a look at that. Okay. Terrible news from Dargonus, Lord Captain. Subsidiary Hive City Scipion 84-249 has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has faltered, millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading transport lines leading to neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? What's the cause of the catastrophe? Still unclear. The noble houses are casting blame on one another. Agents of the esteemed Achilles, Scalander mentioned Scipion, blah blah blah, died heroically while trying to save the population from the disaster. Their final reports mentioned some vulnerabilities into the industrial sectors on the lower hive, but did not go into further detail. All your servants are currently too busy dealing with the consequences of the crisis to investigate its causes. What say my advisors? The death of the Achilles agents troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the causes of the disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. I think that's a good point. I recommend setting up prohibitive cordons where the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between the hives. The Emperor bids us to face the often cruel strokes of fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of this tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. I'm sure that the ecclesiarchy will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in the wastelands and establish a community of proud desert-dwelling martyrs. In such harsh conditions will be a crucible of fortitude and fearlessness, this tragedy a feat of spirit. The noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this, how predictable, and yet it is their duty to see to it that the planet meets its height obligation and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats see to the refugees and not stop until every last one of them has been put to work. Sort of like Abelard's suggestion. Sort of like Abelard's take on the matter. What's going on with... Wait. Am I offline on Kick or not? No, I am online. How about Rumble? Rumble is unclear whether I'm on or offline. Okay, I am online, I guess. Alright, good. So Heinrichs has a very good point. But I think, yeah, Abelard remind our noble houses of their duties. I like that. Lady Clemencia will ensure that your declaration find their way to every ear and are zealously embraced. The hives that have accepted the refugees are now overflowing with surplus labor. The refugees are willing to work twice as hard as the usual workers who are already exhausted by the everyday chores. Many refugees have entered the rogue trader's service and replenished his ship's crew. Okay. The Argonaut nobles took no pleasure in distributing the refugees. Some of them have found a way into the personal service of the nobles, thankful to receive a Nutribor and a mat to rest on for 4 hours between shifts. Others could only attain the most grueling jobs at the manufactorums and service stations. They may be oppressed, but they have survived a diaspora scattered across the hives of Dragonus. Administratum, Van Valence's throne room. Okay, we can go directly to the throne room. Okay, let's see. Restoration. New hive city will be established on top of the ruins of Scipione 84, blah blah blah. Blocks Extadium, so blocks Imperium, so cost provisions and plasteel. Okay, that's not bad. Profit fact. Oh, we gain people. Valencia's restoration. The young road traders' decisive actions inspire confidence, so we get efficiency, complacency, and security, I guess. Extasiums for the nobility. Plus, extasiums will be constructed on top of the ruins of Scipione for the aristocracy. The dead and the dying will fertilize the gardens that will ring these pleasure chambers. Efficiency, profit, complacency. Cost phlogiston, that's not good. And of course, I don't know. I don't have such a good impression of the nobility on this planet. I guess I like the sourbacks, they sound. Efficiency 1. Like, this is more efficiency. I think efficiency is good. But wait, restoration. Is there something else to this? Imperium. Surviving spine of Scipione will be rebuilt into a space elevator. It will be capped by an Imperium accepting those ships that are too heavy to land on the surface. So we will get jewelry, ship components, profit factor, efficiency, adamant, mechanism, plastic. I guess restoration. We get people, and this stuff is, yeah. Let's do that. All right. Then let's go check out the palace. Or administration palace. Okay, Jay. Is she in the party? Ah, she's forced to be in the party because she wants the trade permit thingy, whatever it is. I guess. This part is goodish enough. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I will end the stream here though, but let's arrive on the planet or the palace, administration palace, whatever this place is. Looks depressing. Application blah 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 is awaiting processing. Yeah, this place. I don't want to be here. Bureaucracy, space bureaucracy. Turn after turn, the unceasing stream of petitioners pours through the palace doors. The strong-willed wait patiently while the weak-willed try everything they can to get ahead of the others. 11100111. Oh. What's happening here? Welcome to the Palace of the Adeptus Administrator in either Fang or Lordship. Please follow me. Yeah, I guess I will end the stream here. Have to go cook and stuff like that. But yeah, we finally found Dargonus. We sort of pacified all our main 3 planets and stuff. And next time we can... I guess we probably have to go back to Foulstone, right? Yeah, Foulstone, because there's the pirate problems. But yeah, I just saved, so I'm Adventure Argonaut. I thank you for watching, and bring Stabity for the raid earlier, even though he's not here anymore, but thanks to him anyways. So yeah, bye bye.